Yo, what's up, guys? It's Crazy Blackman 108 here, and I'm back with another video. And as you can tell by the straw hat, and you can tell by Law's hat, we have ourselves a new little series here on the channel where we are going to talk about the One Piece, the One Piece, the One Piece, how you want to look at it. These are going to be our formal chapter discussions. I'm not sure if I want to call them reviews. Maybe reviews, discussions about the latest One Piece chapter. And it just happened to work out that my man Jada was in town today. So what that means is that we could record this one here in person, and as we go forward, they may just be like more like podcasty because it'll be just audio with some visuals mixed in here and there. And what chapter are we talking about today? Chapter One Piece
974.
Yes, indeed. What was the name of this chapter? Because I like using the onward to Onigashima and Island, but Island's not part of it. But let's start off with the cover story. You like how this is developing? Is it going too slow for you? Going fast for you? You know.
I never cared about the cover story at all.
I mean, at least the man's honest.
I haven't cared about the cover story since day one.
Honestly, I've been looking at the cover stories. I'm always like, all right, we're continuing to progress. We'll start the chapter.
My least favorite character from Thriller Bark is the main verse of the cover story.
Yeah, Lola. Yeah, that's true. That makes it difficult. It makes it very difficult, I'd say, because you're watching, you're looking at it, and you're going, oh, cool. I care a little bit about Beg and about like what's all going on with like his character and stuff, and with Capone and them, but like I don't need it to get dragged out for so long. Like,
I believe the correct title was "A Road to Almost the End of the Cover Story." It's been fun, but let's end it.
Yeah, let's find out why this is gonna be so important, you know. But the chapter starts off. We get right into it, and we're picking up where we left off from last week, where we're kind of seeing the aftermaths of Odin's passing, along with them all jumping forward 20 years to the future. And the big things that really got revealed in this chapter was more the particulars about how that all came about, how they ended up getting from point A to point B and passing through the time. And I think, I think the one thing that I found really interesting was the fact that when we get to the part that's from a couple months ago, not 20 years ago, and Kaido and Orochi are talking. I remember the name now for the people that watched the quick video. I remember Orochi. I was like I said, you should have watched it. I was driving and it was
Snake.
Yes, I know. I don't know why. I mean, Orochimaru. I should have remembered. But the interesting thing to me was that Kaido, when he's talking to him, he's like, Orochi, I'm pretty sure you're just like scared about all this going on. Maybe it's not true, but if it is true, I was saying to Jada, I thought it was just that Kaido doesn't want them to be killed, and I just still find it interesting that a lot of times Kaido just he's killed people. Like, obviously he killed Odin, but like he hasn't been killing people consistently, like what were you saying earlier about that? You were saying something about how Kaido
I don't think it's Kaido doesn't want to kill people. Kaido just doesn't see the need to. It's kind of like if you see an ant, you're not going to just step on it for no reason. Unless it actually gets in your way or if it hurts you in some way. Kaido's one of those who, I think it's just his strength is so much that he never has a reason to want to kill anyone until he fought Odin for the first time, where he saw an actual test of strength. And that's why he was sad that he had to kill Odin, but he's like, this is just for you. This is a mercy kill. And so when he was put in a position where he would have killed Momo, but he was put in. But the moment Momo said something that wasn't even his words, he doesn't see any resolve in that person at all. He only saw a kid that was nothing. Before he saw the heir to Odin, the next chat son. But Momo, the moment he started speaking, there was none of his dad there. And so that's why he let him live. He doesn't care about any of that. And so I think that's why what makes Kaido so unique as a villain is just his resolve has always been there.
That's very true. And I think that is neat because I think, there's all the theories that we're going to get a Kaido flashback eventually in this arc. But I don't know sometimes. Like, I feel like this is it. Like, I feel like if we, like, do you feel like we're going to get, like, the full Kaido flashback like we did with Big Mom?
I think the only interesting part about Kaido's flashback would be his time with the Rocks Pirates.
Right.
Knowing so much about Kaido is not necessary. As in, I think Kaido's biggest strength is just this unknown about him that makes it so strange and so unique. And I think by getting more into him, I think it maybe will take away, because even for some people who got the flashback with Odin, they weren't happy with the way Kaido has been portrayed at times.
Right.
I think he's been portrayed as more human than before, but before he was looked at as like this monster, was like always has this resolve. But the more you learn about how his character flaws are, people are not happy with it. So I'm not sure.
No, I can agree with that. And then the cool thing, I think, is that, basically this, there are parts to the chapter was basically just, giving us all the details about how Kurosaki, the whole plan was originally. So at the point in time when it comes, important, we will fake your death, so that way you can, you can escape. And so it's filling in all these pieces that we've been assuming happened beforehand, and also was very clear that happened beforehand. But Oda's just kind of giving it, like, in case you guys didn't get how these things all fit together, here's how they all fit together. And so then we come back to the present. And we're out on the boats, out on sea, and it's revealed that old boy's a traitor. Did you see that coming? Do you see it being him?
It hurt me. It hurt me deeply. No, because I think the chapter was weird for me, because in the beginning, as I think it was a bit spoiled just because it comes out a little later, and so I was just like, who's a traitor? I'm just waiting. And so when you first, one of the first things we see is Kinemon running, and then all the images of people in the back, and I thought for a second, I was like, no, it can't be him, because I was like, that would be the biggest betrayal, because of the fact that he's been the main person you've been following, and he was next Momo the entire time, and I was hurt by that. And then when it turned out it was this other guy, which honestly, about everybody else, he got the least amount of screen time.
Right.
He's kind of been in the back, and so I was watching. I was like, this hurts. This hurts a lot. Not as much as X Drake. X Drake was the betrayal above all things. This fake cop wannabe ass. But main point was X Drake hurt personally, but Kanjuro was more like, oh, I didn't see that coming. And so it didn't hurt as much, but I was like, huh. But then it was also the moment where it's realizing all that struggle they went through, him being a part of them, sitting together. It was all a ploy just for this moment.
I mean, Best Actor award, because damn, he was going to die with them 20 years ago. It's just crazy. And the other part that I find even more crazy too is I was saying this on my video I did on Thursday, I think, or maybe it was Friday. I really want to see what I want to go back and read some of their introduction from Punk Hazard Time and see if there's any subtlety or hints that it's them, because that's the other thing too. Foreshadowing wise, this has been this goes all the way back to freaking volume 67, and we're on what, volume 90 something right now. So that's a long time.
It does have a lot of questions though, because he was stuck in Dressrosa, and so was he just safe there the entire time? Doflamingo had no issue with him, and so he was just waiting for them to come to him?
Or did Doflamingo know, because Doflamingo was building the army of the Devil Fruit users for Kaido, and so because Kaido and Orochi had a discussion, they put him there specifically once he popped up out of time.
Because it is a question of it all. We see most of what happens with flashback, except the moment they land 20 years later. We don't know how they got separated, because all we hear is, oh, he maybe he actually was like, oh shoot, I have it planned out, I'll go. But then again, also at the same time, he didn't know about Doflamingo, because Doflamingo wasn't a part of Kaido's plan at all yet. So all he did was land 20 years in the future, and then end up on this island. And so there's a lot of questions of how that happened, which is, it's more just we're interested in it. It doesn't have to be revealed, but
right,
yeah.
Yeah, it is something definitely very interesting. Also, biggest betrayal too, he can draw good as shit. What? He's better than, I remember the joke at the time, because Naruto was still going on. I was like, oh, he's the off-brand version of Sai. Because he can't draw his ninja artwork, which is crap. But now it's oh, so you was better than Sai even. You was playing these, okay. Wow.
It's like if you find out Zoro can actually know his directions. He's been lying the entire time.
Damn, that would kind of hurt.
Oh.
Like, so even when the crew was in danger, he was out here playing that BS, huh?
It's like Captain America meme all over again.
No, I don't think I will.
Not that one.
But I think that's how I'm saying it. Which one are you talking about? All right,
I'm talking about Hail Hydra.
Yep,
So,
that
I can see.
I can see.
I killed my parents.
Hail Hydra.
I can draw perfectly the entire time.
I'll think a little bit about. I mean, okay, yeah, definitely it's the Hail Hydra. I was thinking though too of Zoro. Like, Zoro, are you gonna use your ability to be able to find people? No, I don't think I will. It's like, damn. But man, the best part of this chapter that comes out, is they try to strike him down. They find out, that he isn't really. Well, his ninja art or his drawing is quite on point. And he's trying to kidnap Momonosuke, but then. Our boy has been sleeping. It's like, hey, what's good? What are we doing? Where we at?
I guess Luffy's back for that second L. Huh?
Hey man, look, I'm hoping Luffy ain't gonna take another L, dog. Hey, y'all don't know the best training arc ever for Luffy was sleep.
And guess who gave him that sleep?
Night.
Kaido.
Kaido did give it to him, man. He did do it to him. But of course, man, the ultimate part is at the end when they all show up. You got Luffy, Law, and Kid all show up there to defend them because they was about to get wrecked by the Kaido pirates.
Let's remember, one of them never took an L from Kaido.
Law, that's true. Law, man, I like Kid, but Law and Luffy, I don't know why. The way seeing both of them and that drawing at the bottom, just epic, pure epicness. I just love the fact like Law's like, are you, all you like samurai, you dumb? Like, you're gonna come out to the sea like this rickety boat. Like, don't underestimate the sea. It's like, that's so much Law's temperament. And I was like, I never thought the Law was gonna be the traitor, but I sat here going like, man, if Oda does pull something though where he like does make Law the traitor, I'm gonna be really hurt because I don't want that. And there's argument to be had that at the end of the day, Law is still in betraying them, but I don't want to think he is. I think Law's in this alliance till the end, until we get our, Kanpai Mo, or everyone's celebrating at the end of this arc, hopefully. Or everyone's on the run at the end of this arc, too. Who knows?
Yeah, let's celebrate the murderer who killed 200 people and took their hearts out and gave it to government,
So, yeah, anyway, I just seeing Law standing at the front of his boat, Luffy on the front of the Sunny, and Kid at the front of his boat, and it's like, at sea, you fight pirates, and it's like, dog... Next week's chapter, honestly, I was really surprised this week didn't end with One Piece will be on break next week because that's usually what happens when we get something like this. Like, dog, I am hyped. I am so hyped because this is. I think if we do get a Kaido flashback, I just thought about when it could happen. It could be right before the fight's about to kick off because that's when we get because we had 2 flashbacks in Whole Cake. We had Sanji's flashback that was really long and not dragged out, but like was needed, I guess. And then you have when the fight began after the wedding cakes fiasco. Then we get the Big Mom flashback.
Because I think there's still a little bit more to know about Kaido and Big Mom's relationship that's kind of been talked about but kind of glossed over. And I think that goes into the Rocks Pirates as well. So we'll see like how they were when they were younger, before Kaido takes this big L, and then I feel like I don't think Oda goes the route that Kishimoto goes, where he tries to make all of the characters really tragic and sad when their backstories. I think sometimes by happenstance it happens with the villains, but I don't think he tries to make you really feel like bad for them. He just more usually tries to make you understand who they are. And so I think what will be interesting is if we do get some sympathy for Kaido by the end of all this, but it comes in the form of like the fact that he's been wanting to die for years, Because that's my other thing is I wonder how he's gonna come, like how all this is gonna come down to at the end. Because I know I read a theory somewhere that someone was like, I don't think I necessarily agree with it, but someone's like, wouldn't it be interesting if, but when the whole battle goes through and how things transpire, they aren't able to defeat Kaido, but Kaido finally, through all the efforts of everyone else, Kaido gets to the point where it's like he's actually able to take his own life because he's been weakened by everyone else, but he decided to take his own life because he refuses to be defeated by someone else. Because his whole life, not his whole life, but like, what was it for like the past like 10 years or so? He's tried killing himself multiple times. 20.
20, yeah.
100 dies.
Yeah, so one each year since they.
I think it'd be.
I never realized that. Ever since Odin's died, it's been once a year. What if it's dog? Extra layers of sadness. What if he's trying to kill himself every year on the anniversary of Odin's death?
I think it'd be interesting and more tragic in a way, and just because you won't feel bad for Kaido, but he doesn't get what he wants out of it. So even though I think that's in a way what he would end up doing, maybe I think the idea is you're worried about where's Blackbeard on this. Like people are like, is Blackbeard somehow going to be involved in this? And this idea is Kaido wants to go out the same way Odin does. Odin went out as this badass, and then he gets the final thing, and in a way kind of killed by someone more spirited than him. So if Blackbeard comes in, who in a way Kaido would not see as someone superior, but just kind of a sneak in a way, and a lot like
how Whitebeard views him.
Yeah, and just like the same person he's been working with for 20 years here. He's like, oh, yeah, he doesn't want to get defeated by Orochi. So imagine if like he's almost being defeated, but the final blow comes in the same way that he killed Odin, which is coming from Blackbeard. Blackbeard kills him at the end, takes his power, and this is someone he doesn't even consider the same strength. So he spends the last 20 years building his strength up, hoping someday to go out the same way, but he never gets that, and he just goes in a sad, depressing way.
That feels like some Oda type writing.
Yeah.
Damn. I can see it. I can see it happening for real.
Or, power of friendship, and then he comes back. We never know.
The thing for me, too, though, is I think about, like, where stuff goes from here. No one's ever... The only people who have actually been killed in fights has really been Ace. You know? Like, because... side note, I always talk with people about how, like, everyone argues, who would win in a fight, if Luffy or Luffy fought this person from another manga, or like if Naruto fought this person from another manga, or Goku and I'm always like, but yeah, who have they actually killed? Like, what's their kill count? Because you look at, like, I don't think Luffy hasn't killed a single one of his enemies. He's defeated them, beat them to a bloody pulp.
He killed some of their dreams.
That's true. He did kill their dreams,
but
and that works in the world of One Piece, I'd say.
Bellamy's never been the same ever since that one punch.
Hey man, Satama had nothing on that one punch, I'll tell you right now.
But it is true that Luffy doesn't typically kill. But I think what Oda does that's interesting is he kills people who are less significant. So to build up the bad person, he will kill off less significant people. Because if you look at like Doflamingo, he killed the parents, he killed his brother,
right?
And that was just to build up Doflamingo as this terrible person.
Right. And
so he typically, I don't think that's why I'm like Luffy's not gonna kill Kaido, but also Kaido's not one of those who's just gonna stay in the background after he gets defeated like it's nothing. He'll come back stronger than that if that's where he's put it to. So I think it's more likely that to build up the next bad person, which would be Blackbeard, and that's why Blackbeard would kill Kaido.
I can agree with that, and that's what I was gonna say is a good point. Cause I think you're onto something there. I think Blackbeard definitely shows up and is the one that takes Kaido out and down. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's all we have to say about this week's episode or this week's chapter. What you got? Any final thoughts?
It's a great age for pirates. So X Drake, come back to the light.
And I think by the end of this arc, he's definitely gonna come back to the light. I feel like we're gonna see most of the worst generation show up, honestly.
But X Drake, you went to the cops? Oh, you were snitch! Oh.
And you know what? I think on that though, I look forward to seeing how next week goes. So we'll be back, whether it's in person or you just hear our voices. Look forward to seeing the feedback on the channel and talking with all the different people. So until then, guys, peace. I'll see you around later. You got a sign off you want to do? Alright, we're heading out.